कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना जमुना तीरावनचारी जमुना तीरावनचारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन भगवान की, कलियुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we are very happy to have His Grace Purushottam Prabhuji. So a brief introduction of Purushottam Prabhuji. So Prabhuji is doctor by profession. He was introduced in Krishna consciousness in 1995. Got initiated by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in 2001. After completing his graduation in 2004 and 25, he decided to dedicate his life in the mission of Srila Prabhupada. And he is stationed at Radha Gopinath Temple at Chowpatty, Mumbai. Since then, maybe 20 years now, Prabhuji has been rendering different services in the temple. He in kitchen, he was acting as food safety team leader who were in his guidance, and he was having the responsibility that the kitchen in the Iskcon Chowpatty temple was given ISO 22,000 certification. So this is the unique kitchen where we find this certification being given. He also was involved in DT department services regularly, scheduling the DT dressing and the festival services. For 8 years, he was heading the DT department, where he was working with different fashion designers to design beautiful DT dresses for the lordships. He was also involved in festival decoration services. He was taking care of Vaishnava Training Academy from 2006 to 25. He also takes care of Partha department, where they offer hospitality and care to the new guests and the donors at the Radha Gopinath temple. He also visits various colleges like Grand Medical College, Sardar Patel College, Government College of Law, and inspiring youths to live a life based on teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Every week he travels to New Bombay, Bellapur, to give talks on Bhagavad Gita, and he's also preaching in South Mumbai. Prabhuji, just now we heard his Guru Puja. He's very famous for melodious kirtans, travels to many places in Middle East, and for spreading Krishna consciousness. Right now he is in the cooking team of Radha Gopinath. Every year when we go for Kartik Yatra, we see Prabhuji serving from the morning in the kitchen, and they are cooking more than 10,000 devotees prasadam every day. So we are very happy to have Prabhuji in Shri Radha Madan Mohan Mandir. We'd like to welcome him by once chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 6, text numbers 7 and 8. Chapter is entitled Activities of Lord Rishabdev. Since this is prose, so I will quickly read out the verse and the translation. So we are reading from the 6th chapter of Canto number 5, text numbers 7 and 8. Tasya ha va evam muktalingasya bhagavat rishabhasya yogamaya vasanaya deha imam jagatim abhimana abhasena sankramamana konka venka kutakan dakshina karnatakan deshan yadruchaya upagataha kutaka chalopavana asya kritsima kavala unmad iva mukta murdhajo samvita eva vichachara. Translation. There is no purport to this verse, so we will continue with the next verse also. Translation of this verse. Actually, Lord Rishabdev had no material body, but due to his Yogamaya, he considered his body material, and therefore, because he played like an ordinary human being, he gave it the mentality of identifying with it. Following this principle, he began to wander all over the world. While traveling, he came to the province of Karnataka in South India and passed through Konka, Venka and Kutaka. He had no plans to travel this way, but he arrived near Kutakachala and entered a forest there. He placed stones within his mouth and began to wander through the forest naked, with his hair disheveled like a madman. Text number 8. Atha samira vega vidutavena vikarshana jatogra davanalastat vanam alelihana sahatena dadaha. Please repeat after me. Atha, therefore, samira vega, by the force of the wind, Vidhuta tossed about, Venu of bamboos, Vikarshana by the rubbing, Jata produced, Ugra fierce, Davanala a forest fire, Tat that, Vanam forest near Kutakachala, Ale Lihana devouring all around, Saha with, Tena that body, Dadaha burned to ashes. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. While he was wandering about, a wild forest fire began. This fire was caused by the friction of bamboos which were being blown by the wind. In that fire, the entire forest near Kutikachala and the body of Lord Rishabdev were burned to ashes. Purport. Such a forest fire can burn the external bodies of the animals, but Lord Rishabdev was not burned, although he apparently seemed so. Lord Rishabdev is the super soul of all the living entities within the forest, and his soul is never burned by fire. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Adayoyam, the soul is never burned by fire. Due to Lord Rishabdev's presence, all the animals in the forest are also liberated from material engagement. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshururmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sahadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Shri Chaitanyamishwaram Paramananda Madhavam. Translation once again, text number 8. While he was wandering about, a wild forest fire began. This fire was caused by the friction of bamboos which were being blown by the wind. In that fire, the entire forest near Kutakachal and the body of Lord Rishabdev were burned to ashes. Hare Krishna. Can we have a sound loud if possible? Hare Krishna. Thank you all for coming for this morning Sunday Srimad Bhagavatam class. I wish to thank all the devotees, especially the management team, for inviting me here and giving me a chance to speak something for my own purification. My sincere prayers that I seek from the senior most devotee present here, disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and I seek the blessings of all of you so that I can speak something for my own purification. So this is a very interesting section that we are hearing from Shukdev Goswami, 5th canto. And this verse that we have uh, recited today speaks about two things. This verse speaks about the nature of this material world and nature of the great personalities or the devotees or the nature of the Supreme Lord himself. Nature of this material world is anytime. That's how the world is designed. We see here Rishabdev wandering in the forest, and all of a sudden, for no reason, the forest fire took place. Practically the entire forest got burnt. And here it is mentioned, even Lord Rishabdev disappeared from this world while being consumed by the forest fire. So that's the nature of this world. Anything can go wrong anytime, at the least expected moment. So the first lesson that we can learn is expect the unexpected. This is something which we all have to get tuned into. We all have to learn and train ourselves to expect the unexpected at any given point of time. Imagine if you are going on a road which is very bumpy with lot of speed breakers that comes on the way, and you know that there are speed breakers coming up, then you are prepared, right? You know that there is a speed breaker that's coming ahead. And if the road, there's construction going on, the roads are getting built up, then you know that you have to go slow. Now, all of a sudden, if you are going on a road which is very smooth, which is just designed in a way, 4-lane highway, and if you are going at that speed of say 100 kilometers per hour, and all of a sudden a bump, all of a sudden a speed breaker come which is not expected, no, then that jerk jolts us. That jerk really takes us aback. Why? Because we didn't expect that, because that road is supposed to be very smooth, but but somehow uh, life also puts so many unexpected bumps and speed breakers in our life that uh, even without our knowing, we get severe jerks, and that time it's very difficult to actually take it. When we when we love someone and someone loves us, and when we go to that person, obviously we are going to expect some nice, good words of affection. But imagine if that person, whom we expect to love, all of a sudden slaps us. Then definitely we'll think, what happened? No, all of a sudden I didn't expect slap. I was expecting some love, some words of affection. And we see in the life of Lord Ram. That's how the world actually functions. Someone whom he loved so much, and someone who loved Lord Ram so much, all of a sudden just went against Lord Ram. We all know the story of Ramayana. I won't go into the details of it. But yes, uh, Mother Kaikai gave a big surprise to Lord Ram. But of course, Lord Ram was not at all taken aback. Mother Kaikai thought that Lord Ram will get a shock of his life. But seeing no reaction of Lord Ram, she got a shock of her life. So yes, if someone is hostile towards us, then we will not go towards that person, right? If someone whom we can't gel with, whom we find difficult to get along with, we won't really we'll stay away probably. We'll have a respectful distance. But someone whom we love, we definitely go towards them, and they give us a severe jerk, then that is far more painful. Similarly, in this world, we are we can't expect a smooth ride all the time. Why? Because this world is like a roller coaster. It's like a roller coaster. What do you do in a roller coaster? You have to keep going up and down. You will keep getting those severe turns, twists. Shri Srinitha Gaur Chandra, Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. So yes, if when we go on a roller coaster ride, we may expect turns and twists, but no, what do? We have no choice. Once we have once we are in that ride, all that we can do is enjoy the ride, right? That's it. Similarly, when we go through severe bumps, severe twists, turns, reversals, and when things go beyond our expectation, yes, we have to be ready. That's the nature of this world because we have no other choice. One time, Srila Prabhupada was being driven uh, to a public program, and as they were going in a car, they met with a roadblock. There was a heavy traffic jam, and the traffic jam was because of some road construction happening. So, right there, Prabhupada himself read, there was a huge signboard there where the construction was taking place. And the signboard read, no, road works going on, but temporary inconvenience, permanent improvements. That was written. Temporary inconvenience, but permanent improvement. Prabhupada, looking at that signboard, Prabhupada started laughing. And then Prabhupada said, material world means temporary improvement and permanent inconvenience. No, he just reversed the whole thing. And that's what is the fact of life. We see where no matter how much we try to fix things, fixing of the loose ends never ends. That's how the world that we live in is designed. And this is the first nature of this material world, typical, that no one is exempted. We all have to go through the roller coaster ride. We all have to expect the unexpected at any given point of time. And we all see the world, the way things are, the things are heading towards. We don't know what's upcoming. But yes, we can expect some friction and fire. And that's the second nature of this material world. Samsara, dava, nalaneedha loka. As here we see, all of a sudden, there was forest fire that broke out. just because of the wind blowing and friction of the friction taking place between the bamboos. So yes, we all are practically burning in this material world, within, without. Chinta chita samahi yukta bindu matra visheshatah sajivam dahate chinta nirjivam dahate chita. It's a common subhashit that we all have been studying. We all have heard it so many times while we were children in the school studying. Chita chinta samahi yukta. Chita, the word chita and chinta sounds very close. There's only one difference, the bindu on the word chinta. But both does the same function. What is that? Sajivam dahate chinta. While we are alive, chinta burns us. The anxieties burns us from within. And nirjivam dahate chita. While the body is dead, the chita will burn the body, the external and internal, everything. So this is the typical nature of this world that we live in. We all, whether we believe it or not, whether we accept it or not, but we all are going through a lot of burning within and without. In fact, Prahlad Maharaj in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when he is instructing to his schoolmates, his friends in the school at the Shand and Amarka's Gurukul, Prahlad Maharaj comes up with a very interesting verse and he tells to his friends, Kutumba poshaya viyanij ayur na buddhyate ritam vihatam pramatta sarvatra tapatraya dukkhitatma nirvidyate na swakutumba ramaha. Kutumba poshaya, we all have to maintain family, we all have to live in this material world, we cannot run away, we cannot escape. Kutumba poshaya viyan nij ayur. Without our knowledge, we are running out of time. The time mainly goes in maintaining, running the family. And na buddhyate, we don't even realize how time flies. And we get so much pramatta, we get so much lost that we don't even realize that there is something higher beyond this. Sarvatra tapatraya dukkhitatma. Everyone in this material world, while going through this phase, is getting burned. Sarvatra tapatraya dukkhitatma. The tapatraya, the three types of tapa, adi daivik, adi bhautik, adhyatmik kleshas are burning all of us within. Nirvidyate. And even after going through such severe torment and burning experience within and without, Prahlad Maharaj says, still we don't come to our senses. That's the most unfortunate part. Yes, when we realize I am burning, we realize I'm going through a lot in my life. Let me find a real solution. Let me find a way out by which I can really experience a great cooling effect, solace within my heart. Even Brahmaji, while Brahmaji has created this creation in such a way that we all will be forced to burn. We all will be forced to go through such intense torture and torment. Shuttritri dhatu birima muhura dhyamana shitoshna vata varashair itare tarascha kamagnina chutarusha chasudurбharena sampashyato mana urukramasидati me. This is what Brahmaji is praying to Lord Krishna just before creation. And he's telling, my dear Lord, what a big predicament that I have been put into, that I have to really create a material world where practically everyone will ultimately curse me. Ultimately, everyone will think, who is the creator, who has created such, such creation. Why? Because within and without we all are burning. The pangs, the pangs of hunger, thirst from within are burning us. We can't live when, we can't sit at one place. Our mind will not be at one place if we are hungry. It's very difficult to just focus when we are performing, say, Nirjala Ekadashi. It's such a challenge to just sit at one place and absorb in Harikatha. Why? Because from within, the pangs, the urge to eat, the urge to drink is so strong. So, and that it's not that once we satisfy that urge, it's going to like go away. It's going to keep coming. It keeps coming after every few hours. So it's like we keep getting those shocks in between. So Brahmaji is telling, from within we are being tormented. From without, Shitoshna Vata Varasher. That means the glaciers, the heat, hmm, the Telangana heat is catching up. All of us slowly. And after that, the rains, and we all know how the inconveniences continue in this world. And then that is not enough. Kamagni nam achyuta rusha. That fire of lust is also side by side, coming and going in spikes. And we all get consumed so badly, helplessly. Avrittam jnanametena jnanino nitya vairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena analena cha. My dear Arjun, this lust is like fire, dushpurena, insatiable. More you put, more it grows, more it consumes us. That's how Brahmaji is telling, my dear Lord, my heart is pained to see every living entity who goes through this phase. And it's a tough task for the Creator to see the pain that's he doesn't want, but then that's how the nature of this material world is. The world is designed. You can't change the design. No matter how many wonderful ways, means, different resources that we try to bring together and create some sense of peace within our life. But so an intelligent living entity, after hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, will understand that no, enough. I really want to come out of it. I want a way out. Can material solutions offer me relief? If not, then what? The people of this world, they seek some material relief, but by the grace of our parampara, we have received the right way, the right means by which, although we may be living in this material world surrounded by fire, still we can experience a cooling effect. Just like you can see the cabin there. I hope there is an air condition inside that cabin. No, in the noon time, everywhere around is so hot, but that cabin is so cool, so cooling, 18 degree. Similarly, while we live in this world, our scriptures have also created and given us a chance to install air condition within and without, by which we can truly not get affected by the heat wave which will otherwise severely burn us. So Nitai pada kamala koti chandra shushitala je chaya jagat jurai. Taking shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda offers us the cooling shade, Koti Chandra, Shushitala. And it's a fact, Nityananda Prabhu can truly save us, can really uplift us. His mercy can truly uplift us from the pangs of lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion. So, our scripture explains, taking shelter of Nama, Rupa, Guna and Leela are the best means by which a living entity can experience that cooling effect. Nama, we'll just take one by one. We don't have much time. We were in school days. I don't know how many of you know Hindi here. Many of you. No, when I was in school, no, we used to sing this. जैसे सूरज की गर्मी से जलते हुए तन को मिल जाए तरवर की छाया, ऐसा ही सुख मेरे मन को मिला है, मैं जब से शरण तेरी आया मेरे राम. How many of you have heard this? Hmm? Many of us, because we actually, this was taught in the school. Hmm? जैसे सूरज की गर्मी से जलते हुए तन को मिल जाए तरवर. What is tarvar? A tree. When a person comes under the shade of the huge tree, then there's a great solace. वैसा ही सुख मेरे मन को मिला है, मैं जब से शरण तेरी आया हे राम. So this is a great hope. Taking shelter in the holy name, Naam, will truly offer us that cooling effect. Although living in this material world, surrounded by severe forest fire. In fact, few years back, few of our devotees had gone to a sea beach for kirtan, say around 9 o'clock in the morning. That time it was not so hot, but in an hour or so, it got so hot that the sand was like a burning fire. So they, while doing kirtan, they walked a long way. But now, while returning back, in a beach, you can't find a tree or you can't find anything else. So they had to walk through the burning sand, and they were looking for some shade if they can get. And interestingly, somewhere at the far end, they found a very small just tree which was just growing. So they all ran to just get some relief from the burning, the scorching heat, the burning sand. And while they reached there, for a few moments they actually experienced some relief. But then they have to move ahead. They have no other choice. So they thought, we wish we can plant some more trees here so that whoever comes, they will at least get a shade sometimes in future. And then one devotee got a realization, and this devotee was sharing that how this material world is actually like walking on a burning sand. During our time, there was one Hindi movie which was called as Agnipath. I don't know how many of you know this. Good, you don't know. But our pre-Krishna conscious, some conditionings, this the movie is named as Agnipath, where everyone has to walk through the fire. So this devotee got the realization that how this material world is like walking on a burning sand, but the tree is like Srila Prabhupada's wonderful temple in the middle of this burning sand or this material world. It's like oasis in the midst of desert. Coming to the temple truly relieves us, truly frees us from the anxiety, from the stress, from the depressed state of our mind. We truly get uplifted just by being in the association, dancing, chanting, and taking the darshan of the Lord. What to speak of taking prasadam? So, yes, it was a wonderful realization that this devotee got. And he said it was worth walking under the sand to get this realization. Many times we may have to experience We may have to go through that experience to really come to that understanding that this material world is truly a place of misery. Hmm? But Lord Krishna says, those who are intelligent, they will not go through the experience, but they will hear and understand. Anyone remembers that verse from Bhagavad Gita, which says you don't have to go through the experience, but just by intelligent hearing one can bypass. Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkhayo naya evate adyantavantu konteya nateshu ramate buddha. Nateshu ramate buddha. Those who are intelligent people, they will not they will understand just by hearing. And that's the first class intelligence, Prabhupada says, who understands just by hearing. But sometimes we may not understand, so we may have to go through. We may observe. The second is observation. We see others going through the troubles, but still we don't understand. Then we ourselves have to go through that experience. And then, even after going through the experience, if we come to this conclusion, if we come to this realization that yes, I don't want to be in this place again, I don't want to come back, then all that pain, all that troubles were worth going, if we can come to this conclusion. So our temples, by the grace, by the divine grace of Srila Prabhupada and all his wonderful disciples and grand disciples, we have got, it's like a spoon, we are being fed, it's like a spoon fed. We are being, we don't have to, we haven't done much. I'm just sitting here and just, it's easy to talk, but Prabhupada and Prabhupada's disciples, they are the one who have really gone through that heat. They are the one who have really sacrificed so much for us. Just like the devotees were thinking, we will plant more trees so that someone in future will get relief by coming under the shade. So yes, all that we have to do is be grateful for what we have received. So that is the first Naam, taking shelter of Naam. Rupa. Samsara daha dahana kula bhishanoru jwala valibi atidagdhatanuru hasya Tvadapada padma sarasim sharanagasya Lakshmi narasimha mama dehi Karavalambam. Shankaracharya is praising Lord Lakshmi Narasimha, seeking blessings. My dear Lord, I am burning this material world. Samsara daha dahana kula bhishanoru. Just as we see in this verse, there was a forest fire all of a sudden. And Sripad Shankaracharya is saying, we all are burning. Samsara daha dahana kula bhishanoru. And this jwala, the fumes, the flames are just becoming more and more, bigger and bigger, day by day. Now, when a person is in the forest and the entire forest catches fire, what is the probability that a person will survive? Especially those reptiles who cannot fly, those reptiles who cannot run fast, they will definitely get burned to ashes. But Shankaracharya is telling, Tvadapada padma sarasim sharanagasya. My dear Lord, your form, the beautiful form, especially your lotus feet, is like saras, is like a pond in the middle of the forest fire. Tvadapada padma sarasim sharanagasya. My dear Lord, let me take shelter of the lotus feet, which is as good as the cooling pond. So if a person who tries to even run from the forest fire will probably not be able to escape. But if that person jumps into that pond, definitely fire cannot touch. So this is important for us to really understand the value and the gift that we have received. The beautiful Archa Vigraha form, they truly just taking darshan, just contemplating, meditating, makes our mind calm, composed, and helps rise above the difficult times. Leela, Nama Rupa, Leela. The gopis, they are praying to Lord Krishna. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam Srimadatam bhuvi grinanti te bhurida jana. The gopis, they are telling, my dear Lord, tava katha amritam tapta jivitam. Your katha is like a nectar for those living entities who are actually burning. And it's the true amrit, true solace for all of us. All that we have to do is dive deep, and definitely we shall seek Nama, Rupa, Leela, and then Guna. These are all scriptural quotations which tells us that how there is so much within Lord Krishna, because Lord Krishna he is complete. There is nothing that is not there in Krishna. Everything is within Krishna. All that we need to do is take shelter. Aho aho bir nakale viduyate sudha sudhara madhuram pade pade dine dine chandana chandra shitalam yasho yashoda tanayasya giyate. As the temperature in the Kali Yuga rises, slowly as the Kali Yuga will continue to move ahead, the temperature is really going to rise. It's really going to create a lot of heat. Scripture explains Padyavali. This is Rupa Goswami who says in Padyavali, Aho aho bir nakale viduyate sudha sudhara madhuram pade pade. But my dear Lord, singing your glories and your wonderful the qualities that you possess is like sudhara, is like nectar, and dine dine chandanam chandra shitalam. The beautiful pastimes of the Lord are like chandana and chandra. Yasho yashoda tanayasya giyate. See the beautiful composition. Sudha sudhara dine dine chandana chandra shitalam, and yashoda. Such a beautiful way of composing. So we have it. We have the solution. Now all that remains is truly holding on to, clinging on to, and not giving it up. So ultimately we have two options only. We get consumed by the fire of samsara, or we get consumed by the fire of sankirtan. These are the only two. We have to get consumed. There is no other way out. Fire of samsara or fire of sankirtana. Yagya sankirtana praye. It's a fire of sankirtan that is offered to all of us in this age. So either we get consumed by the fire of samsara, or fire of bhakti, we can say. Karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. So ultimately, we have to train ourselves to become firefighters, where we can save ourselves from the fire and we can save others from getting consumed by the fire. In fact, Srila Prabhupada's this wonderful gift of Iskcon is nothing like a fire, is no less than a fire brigade. It's actually the fire station. And the temples are like the fire brigades who are there all the time. And within the temple are the devotees who are like the firefighters. Now, firefighters, obviously, they have to first learn how to deal with the fire. Then they can help others. Then they can save others from the intense heat of the fire. So naturally, we have to, first of all, ourselves get fully absorbed into the Sankirtan movement, by which we ourselves stay immune and rise above the fire. And of course, the devotees who act like the firefighters, they on their own cannot extinguish the fire, but they need a hose pipe. You know what hose pipe is? The pipe through which they can actually burn the fire through that gush of water. So obviously, the gush of water is none other than the holy names of Lord Krishna. And through any means by which we can share and spread this holy name all around, then we truly are fortunate to be of some service. Hanumanji burnt Lanka. The tip of the tail of Hanumanji burnt Lanka. Not even Hanumanji. That is the power a devotee gets when empowered by the Supreme Lord. Although we may have no qualification. So in one sense, Hanuman, at a very gross level, Hanumanji burned the city of Lanka. But in reality, Hanumanji burned the passion and ignorance that Lanka represents. So, what is impossible if devotee gets empowerment from the Lord? Not by our own efforts. Probably we are unable. What is our qualification that we can do something worthwhile? But by grace, yes. What is impossible? Kathanchana smrite yasmin dushkaram sukaram bhavet viparite viparitam vismrite viparitam syat Sri Chaitanyam namamitam. Kaviraj Goswami says, Kathanchana smrite asmin dushkaram sukaram bhavet. By remembering the lotus feet of Lord Sri Chaitanya, the most impossible becomes possible. The most difficult becomes very easy. But forgetting the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, even the most easy becomes difficult. So Hanumanji, all alone, just with the tip of his tail, could burn Lanka. Now, when Hanumanji was asked, why did you burn Lanka? Now, I don't have a scriptural reference to this, but this is what I have heard from somewhere. I'm just quoting it. Probably, don't ask me the quotation, don't ask me the reference. When Hanumanji was asked, why did you burn Lanka? So Hanumanji said, I did not burn Lanka. So then, who burned Lanka? So then he says, लंका को किसने जलाया? बोले लंका को 5 लोगों ने जलाया. ये 5 लोग कौन है? पहले तो कभी रामायण में सुना नहीं, देखा नहीं. Who are these 5? So Hanumanji said, no, Nowhere in this 5, Hanumanji brings his name. But he says, यदि लंका को किसी ने जलाया तो सीता के संताप ने लंका को जलाया. सीता के संताप ने लंका को जलाया, रावण के पाप ने लंका को जलाया. नॉट जस्ट सीता के संताप ने लंका को जलाया, रावण के पाप ने लंका को जलाया, राम जी आपके प्रताप ने लंका को जलाया. My dear Lord, your power, no, it was your empowerment that burned Lanka. सीता के संताप ने, रावण के पाप ने, राम जी आपके प्रताप ने, ब्राह्मणों के श्राप ने और मेरे अपने बाप ने लंका को जलाया. This is what Hanuman ji, no, don't ask me the reference, I'm sorry. But no, a wonderful way, ultimately, no, he's Vayuputra. So it was Vayudev who assisted in spreading the fire all across Lanka. So Hanumanji nowhere, no, he takes his name and he considers, no, that I did not burn Lanka. So if we tomorrow, no, gets to assist, no, great personalities in serving and spreading, no, the mission, and if we can be of some service to extinguish, no, the fire, samsara, the fire of samsara, then ultimately the credit goes, no, to Srila Prabhupada and, no, their wonderful, the entire Guru Parampara, who have really made us an instrument. So Kaviraj, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he tells Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my dear Lord, if your mercy is there, then even a crow can become a Garuda. Even a crow can become eagle. So yes, no, truly speaking, no, we were no less than a crow. Not we, at least I. No, eating only the worldly, no, only obnoxious, rubbish things. But yes, by the grace of, no, great personalities, devotees, no, we have received a great fortune. So we don't want to miss this out. We want to share it more and more with others, so that, no, we can be an instrument in trying to extinguish this forest fire with whatever capacity we have. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If there's any one question, comment, I cannot answer, but you can definitely.
Since we're speaking about the forest fires, I'd like to share an incident that shows how powerful karma, destiny. We're speaking about one's destiny. What's that verse? Tasyaive to prayate to kovido. Those who are intelligent and philosophically inclined. So everybody's here. Intelligent, philosophically inclined. And again, everybody knows my purpose of me traveling all over India, because all of you are very, very fortunate. And I'm, say, my 15 years of studying this subject matter, every day I'm getting confirmation about what I'm learning from what Prabhupada said that's in the book. So this is a story that happened in, it was 1979 or 1980. It was in Spain. True story. This was a restaurant owner, and his specialty was that he would personally go to the ocean and capture his fish, because he was that was his specialty. But the specialty was that he would cook the fish alive. That's how he would catch them alive, and the specialty was he would cook them alive, and that's what became very famous for. So remember, this is the owner of the restaurant, and this was what he would do: go into the ocean and catch the fish himself. So one day, there was a forest fire not far from that ocean. And then that forest fire was huge. It was a huge forest fire. So they had to get helicopters, like in the U.S. these last few years, you see the news. They have the helicopters come and pour the water or the chemicals they use to dampen it. So in Spain, they're not advanced as the United States when it comes to these chemicals, the helicopters. So they had to use huge buckets. I mean, it's like huge buckets. And so they would fly to the ocean, pick the water up, and go to the forest fire. And they kept doing that. So days and weeks went by. Nobody could find what happened to the owner of the restaurant. He was missing. So this went on for like weeks and months. Then when the forest fire was put out, they found some human remains that were burnt to ashes. And it happened to be the remains of that restaurant owner. So he was picked up from the helicopters in that water bucket that they used to pour the water on the forest fire. The exact same way his karma was, he got the same result of what he was doing to the fish. He got picked up and he got thrown in the forest fire, burnt alive. So karma is real strict. We said it's very, very strict, very, very powerful. And nobody gets away with nothing. No one. So we have to always remember these things and remember that Krishna, because he's Paramatma, he's in the heart, and he's witnessing everyone's activities. So everyone here, you're so fortunate. Again, I'm so blown away how fortunate you're born in Bharat Bhumi. So take this advantage, like Prabhu was saying, and make your life perfect. And like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Bharate Bhumi te Holy Manusta Jama Jara Jama Sapakakari, Kara Para Upakara, and give it to others. That's my 2 cents for today.
Thank you. So we'll end here. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.